I want to take a minute and explain why the politicians don't want to stop the illegals from coming here. And I hope I can keep my voice and my tone even here, but because it's disgusting what they're doing to us, to America. The reason why the politicians don't want to do anything to the borders, both parties, is because they get free money from the people that are here that go to work on the books. I'll explain. This is how it works as an employer, okay? The employer, if you pay somebody $1,000 a week, you take out 28% of their taxes, roughly, okay? Give or take, depends on what it is, but roughly a ballpark, it's 28%. Then the employer has to take out another 7.5% for Social Security, which means the government, the employer pays into the government, state and federal, and FICA, and there's other ones too, around 35.5% tax. Actually, it's a little higher than that because you have unemployment tax, you got workers' comp tax, you got this one, you got that one, another one. For argument's sake, we're going to call it the employer pays in 35.5% when they have someone on the books. Now, all you have to do to get, an employer has to do to get someone on the books is invent a Social Security number, okay? It's only a $100 fine if you have a wrong number. But this is the way it works. The employer pays an employee $1,000, takes out $280, and pays the employee $720. That's all the employee cares about is he gets his $720. In illegal here, he works, he's making $720, he's happy. The boss, the employer, pays $355 to the government. $280 plus 7.5%, okay, which comes to $355 he pays to the government. Now, because that person doesn't have a legal Social Security number, there's no tax refund. And if there's no tax refund, because there's no Social Security number attached to that money, it is free money to the politicians. That's right. So do the math. You have 12 million illegals here, and if they're making $1,000 a week, okay, that's a little on the high side. So, you know what, let's cut it in half. We have 6,000 people here making $1,000, okay? What is that, 6,000 $1,000 bills? It's a big, huge amount of money when 35% of that goes to the government, goes to the politicians, gets paid to the state, gets paid to the Fed, gets paid into the Social Security system. So they can do what? So they can buy votes on both parties. That's why they don't want to do anything to the Social Security system. That's why they don't want to do anything about closing the borders. That's why they want higher minimum wage and they want more illegals to go to work. Because the more they do, you have the wool pulled over your eyes, people. The more they do that, the more free money they have that they can buy votes. And of course, the worst of it is the Democrats, but it doesn't matter. Both parties are guilty. Both parties are bad. The only way we're going to fix this, the only way, is we have to get all of these politicians out of it. Politicians running for more than 2 terms, vote them out, get someone else in there. We need the Tea Party. We need fiscally responsible people. You know what we really need? People that work in office, in politics, they should have to have one minimum requirement first. And most of them would get booted out because they couldn't pass this one minimum requirement. You know what that is? Run a hot dog stand profitably for 2 years, just 2 years, in any street corner in Manhattan. Now, a brain-dead, mind-numbingly stupid job, a dog could do it. A monkey could run a hot dog stand profitably in the street corners of Manhattan. I doubt very seriously a politician could without some type of subsidy. So that should be the minimum requirement for any politician in any form of government. I don't care if it's county, town, state, it doesn't matter. Federal government, even the President of the United States, for crying out loud, the one we have right now, they'd be totally incapable of running a hot dog stand profitably in the street corners of Manhattan without some type of a subsidy. That should be the minimum requirement. Then they'd have a little bit of basic knowledge on how business works and how common sense works. If you want to stop the BS that's going on in this country, we have to insist on changing the political standards. We've got to insist on getting rid of these guys. We got to make sure that they don't have any more money to buy votes. The only way we can do that is we have to shut the borders down. We have to modify the immigration policies. We have to give them temporary workers' visas and Social Security numbers. so they can get some of the money back, because if they can get some of the money back, they will. And the government will stop pissing it away. Signing off.